busy chasing this duiker through this drainage section. Now this duiker has no idea that he is here at the moment, so he's busy trying to stalk it and get close. And how cool is that? Look at his head just peeking over the drainage section, and he was running around and going all over the place, and I was a bit kind of worried as to what he was doing. I thought he was just having a bit of a game, but you can see what he's actually stalking. Now unfortunately another vehicle has just arrived, so the duiker has just run off a little bit, but he seems to be watching to his right as well, so I don't know if maybe there's another one that he can see at the moment, but he is definitely in full stalk mode and is busy trying to hunt these duiker at the moment. It is really cool to see him going about it, and he's being super clever. He's gotten himself into a deep gully system, and he's following the gully around, and that's allowing him to get right up close without anybody seeing him. And all he does is then just pop up on top of the ridge, and he can then follow from there. And you can see that little tail is definitely twitching. Now you see what he's doing? He goes back down into the gully, and then he follows that little gully shape along, and is able to, he's going to pounce on something, or jump at least. But he's got the crazies this morning, as they say, so he's running around like an absolute hooligan trying to kind of keep up with these duiker, and we've had a rough time trying to keep up with him. It's not easy in here, to say the least, and he keeps running around all over the place. Is definitely keeping us on our toes. But look at the tail is telling us a story of just how interested he is. Look, also he's now getting much lower, where he's now going to sit and watch. Now what I'm going to do is just go slightly forward just to check if we can just keep an eye on what's going on and whether or not there is that prey item is still very close to him. He's definitely learning how to do things very quickly. Now you see, look, he's gotten himself into a position where, what are you chasing now? Now he's chasing birds. So there goes a poor button quail that's just been chased. Hosana, what are you up to this morning? Now where he's going is going to be a bit of a problem to keep up with him. Luckily Aubrey is here and he's on the bank. I've got to try and figure out a way to get to where he is. You can see he's now rolling around. What are you up to this morning, mister? You are being an absolute character. So it's just now when we were looking at his tracks, he obviously was walking right behind us, because when we came back round, his tracks were on top of ours and there was a nice big fresh pile of dung. So it seems as though he kind of said, hang on a second, you guys drove right past me, come back. And look at him, he is in full play mode this morning. So like I say, the crazies have gotten hold of him. I don't know why he's running around and jumping and going crazy like he is. Maybe it's the weather this morning. It's nice and cool after 2 hot days, and that's why he can be the way that he is. And he's also obviously got a full belly, so lots of energy to burn as well. But I don't think he's hunting seriously anymore. I think it's a situation now that he realizes the duiker's run away, and so he's more just playing around and carrying on. There he goes again. Poor little Franklin has just been chased as well. Oh, it's all happening. How cool is this though? He's being an absolute character this morning. Now, I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to follow him much further. Just trying to think. VM, what do you think here? Go down this side. So VM can see behind me a lot better than what I can, so I was hoping we could maybe just try and get it up and across, but we're going to go up here instead. I just want to make sure that we've got our low range engaged as we go up here. I can't see him anymore, but I think he's just here in front of us. I don't think he's gone too far. It's a horrible place to be following a leopard, that's for sure. It's not easy in here at all. Luckily there's a nice path that's been forged, because I followed Tingana and Kuchava here once before, and so that helped with being able to actually get in, and there's a pathway to go through. But there he is, he's now lying on the sand itself. It's not the ideal view just yet, but given how much he's been moving this morning, I don't think we need to stress too much. I think he's probably going to be up and moving again fairly quickly. And there we go, and now he's running. Are you going to go up this tree for us? Come on. There's a fallen over tree that he's busy sniffing around on, so hopefully he's going to go up there. Nope, he's decided he's not doing that, although he is heading towards where it's going to be easier to climb. What are you doing, Hosana? I don't think he even knows. He's just being a young boy, I suppose, and fair enough. He's had to be an adult and behave like an adult over the last little bit when he was still in his formative years and sort of still been with his mom and should have been playing around. So we can allow him to have mornings like this where he goes a bit crazy and runs around like a hooligan and pounces and chases. What are you doing? I feel sorry for every Franklin that's in his path today, because everybody's going to get chased. Birds, Franklins, lizards. I think he's in that kind of mood where everything's going to be a game to him. I can hear some birds quite close by that he seems as though he's listening to as well. He's definitely picked up something. You can see how his ears have perked up all of a sudden. It might not be anything too serious in terms of hunting, but there's definitely something that's alerted him and piqued his interest. Right, let's try and see if we can keep up with him through this horrible stuff. It's not going to be very easy, that's for sure. Just trying to make sure that we don't go sliding down the bank. Right, now while I do this, I'm going to try and keep up with Hosana through this horrible stuff, but I believe Brent is still out and about and he's got some of the most amazing birds.